This is Into the Fire.
I'd like to welcome the tall 197cm forward, come pinch hitter in the ruck, the raw but promising, the recovering big man, brother of a star, WA draft prospect, Josh Cripps. Nice to meet you, Josh.
Nice to meet you too.
That's my absolute pleasure. Well, there certainly is some footy running in your blood, isn't there? Your brother is Patrick and cousin is Jamie. Bet you had some good tussles in the backyard.
Yeah, they're both a bit older than me, but yeah, definitely. I reckon a bit of my competitiveness come from versing them. So yeah, we've got good bloodlines, and Chris Mainwaring is also Dad's first cousin, so there's a bit more for you.
Jeez, that's a lot. Now, let's start with asking, how are you progressing from that devastating ACL injury you got last year?
Yeah, so in end of June last year, obviously went down with the ACL. First few months were pretty hard, but from about the 3-month mark, rehab started to get a bit easier, started to get in the gym, and 6-month mark, I started running. From there, I've been down at East Fremantle, progressing nicely. And now what are we? I'm 11 months in 2 days since the injury, and yeah, hopefully start full training tomorrow, or yeah, in the next coming weeks, and then hopefully play in about 7 to 8 weeks. So yeah, it's really exciting.
Yeah, hopefully it doesn't get hurt again.
Yeah, no, fingers crossed that.
Fingers crossed. Josh, you're a very talented prospect, and I know you must have been gutted when the injury took place. But you're 197 centimeters tall. The AFL loves you to agile blokes. Have you reached out to anyone who has done their knee for advice?
Yeah, so when I did my knee, I got a few texts from a few of the players. Obviously, Paddy has pretty good contacts over at Carlton, so yeah, Sam Doherty reached out to me pretty early on. Obviously, he's done 2 ACLs, so bouncing advice off him was really good, because he knew what worked and what didn't, especially in a few of my procedures. Like, he told me a few things to get done and make sure I do this. And ever since then, he's always been a sounding board, so I can ask him when he started running, when he started changing direction. Charlie Curnow didn't do his ACL, but had pretty serious knee injury. He also reached out pretty early on, and that'd probably be about it.
Yeah, they both sound like absolute legends.
Yeah, no, they are.
Yeah. What are your short-term goals in getting ready to nominate for the 2021 draft?
To be honest, I just want to come back really fit and stronger than what I played at last year. Probably last year I focused a bit too much on the whole draft scene. This year I just want to really enjoy my footy. I've got lots of mates where I play, so just really enjoy the last year of junior footy kind of. Yeah, kind of put the draft to the back of my mind. I just want to play a few games. I haven't played 2 games in a row for 2 years, so a bit of continuity would be great. Yeah, enjoy it with my mates, and hopefully a few consistent games.
Yeah, hopefully. So just pretend I'm a scout for the AFL. Tell me what type of player you are, and why an AFL team needs you on their list.
So I'd say I'm a tall forward mainly. Probably a lead up forward, come up the ground a bit, not just to stay at home, but I do like kicking goals. Also like to have a few strings in my bow, go into the ruck, pinch hit. Think I'm pretty good below my knees, ground level for a tall fella. Yeah, so that'd probably be about it. And need to work on my contested marking, but I reckon that's another area of my game that's good. My hands are not bad.
Do you like rucking better or forward?
I've probably been a forward for longer, so I probably know a bit more forward craft. But last year when I did go into the ruck, short sample size, but I definitely enjoyed it, getting around the ball, because sometimes when you're playing deep forward, you can get starved of possessions. And yeah, I suppose the aim of the game is to get the pill in your hands.
Yeah. Now we can go a whole interview without bringing up Big Bro. He is one of the absolute stars of the competition and one of my favourite players. What was he like to grow up with?
Yeah, well, we're from the country, so he's just a if you think of a genuine country kid, that's what he is. We pride ourselves on that, staying honest, humble, staying grounded. Don't forget where you come from. So yeah, he's been great. From I think I was about year 5 when he got picked up. So he's definitely taught me a lot of things that he didn't do in his preparation for like going to the next level. So he's taught me a few things where like I've definitely adopted, like diet and like running programs, strength programs that he wasn't lucky enough to have the advice of. So yeah, he's been really good.
Yeah, he's a star player. Has he given you the opportunity to see how the AFL works and maybe given you a few perks along the way?
Yeah, so from about, or I'd say end of primary school up until about year 9 or 10, I'd go over to Melbourne in the July school holidays and I'd get to train with the Carlton boys. So I'd like help out there, like punt the footies up, kick the balls out to the boys. So that was always an awesome experience. I got to meet all the players, and a few of them are pretty good mates now. So yeah, being in that environment since a young age was crazy. And obviously, like in the off seasons, he's helped me a lot with like running programs and strength. COVID, like the COVID lockdown was a big one. We had 6 weeks off where like me and him would just train like pretty much every day, and we ended up getting really fit at home.
Yeah. Now you have huge leadership skills. Have you been making sure you stay around the footy club and staying involved, or have you removed yourself to concentrate on getting the knee right?
No, definitely. So last year I was fortunate enough to captain the school team. So yeah, that was one thing I prided myself on, just because I wasn't going too good with my knee. I'd stay around the club and or like the school team and watch all their games and be like another voice on the sideline if the coach ever needed it. So yeah, pride myself on my leadership. And then at East Freo, like heavily focused on my rehab. But when I have been getting into the drills lately, yeah, definitely showing my leadership skills and offering advice where I need.
Yeah, and leadership is a good attribute to have.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Now, because you have a highly rated brother, does that make it a bit harder to get your own identity out there? Because let's be honest, the comparisons are unfair. You're a very different player to your brother, a different position, and bring different qualities.
Yeah, I suppose it's helped me maybe get my name out there a bit more, but it's also harder. Like when you're playing, you always get like you're living in the shadow and stuff. But I think you just got to block that out and try to play consistent footy. So yeah, your name is the one that's being talked about.
So, do you pay much attention to the draft and the media circus that surrounds it, or are you just one of those guys who just ignores it and doesn't read it?
Well, I'm a pretty like I'm a bit of a footy head, so I like looking at the AFL website pretty daily. And like even if I don't make the AFL system, I'd love to go down there on a career path, maybe list management or even coaching. So yeah, I'm a bit of a footy head. But yeah, I try to block out the draft stuff as much as I can. But I definitely like seeing like other prospects from other states and like studying their games and watching my mates soar up the draft boards.
Yeah, and I'm almost 100% sure you make it anyway, but
I will say, got to get a few games in.
crossed. All right, let's have a quick quiz. You or Patrick? Who is the favourite son?
Oh, Paddy for sure.
Oh. Who would have been most likely to start a fight with one another?
Oh, Paddy. He broke my leg when he was younger, so I have to say him.
Yeah. Who would win a one-on-one in basketball?
Oh, he's not much of a basketball, I have to say, mate.
Oh, good. Who was more popular? Yeah. Who was more popular in school?
Well, I never really went to school for him because he was always a bit older, but yeah, I suppose we both had a good friendship group.
Yeah. Who was most likely to leave their clothes on the floor?
Oh, it's one for Mum, I reckon. Probably Paddy. I'm a clean freak.
Yeah. Who would win backyard cricket game?
Oh, we'd have some good tussles out in the backyard. Gee, I reckon would pretty even. I reckon I'd say even.
Oh, even. Well, Josh, I can see you being an amazing story. A bloke that has overcome adversity to sit in the forward line of an AFL team. Then, with that, will come responsibility. You see, the media will make you a story, and when you kick that first AFL goal, they will look at you. You don't want to be underprepared. Every big story requires a celebration worth of the occasion. So, you can have mine, the Into the Fire.
Yeah, good stuff, man. That's awesome.
If you like that one, you might need to practice it a little bit.
Yeah, I know. How does it go again?
Yeah, so. Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, I reckon I'll have to give that a first goal this year.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Just for you.
Yeah. There are heaps of stories of guys not getting picked because of injury and then going on to be stars later on. Look at one of my all-time favourites, Kane Baldwin. He's now Essendon after 2 knee reconstructions. Don't give up on your dream, buddy, and I'll celebrate when you achieve it. Thanks heaps for the chat.
Thanks, LJ. Legend.
Thanks, it's been my absolute pleasure to interview you.